guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. Now let's get into today's video. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Crossing the Line, and we have World War III going off in Mexico today, and over the last couple of days, due to El Chapo's son has been arrested just in time for Biden and Trudeau to visit Mexico. So hopefully some good news comes of this. But World War III has erupted in Mexico after the arrest of the cartel leader El Chapo's son, Ovidio Guzman Lopez. So we'll get into this story straight away here. Now, back in 2019, he was arrested and pretty much given back to the cartel after they massacred and attacked the authorities there in Mexico. Now, this arrest and move to arrest him seems to have just happened because Biden and Trudeau were coming to visit. So it basically shows that they're doing something to curtail the cartels there in Mexico. And they have really kicked the fucking hornet's nest here. Now, it's worse than last time. Last time they gave him up pretty quickly, but doesn't look like they're going to this time. Just trying to extradite him to the US. Judges just blocked the extradition order on him. So we'll see where this goes, and we'll have some videos to watch here and look at some of the insane firefights that are happening in Mexico. There's footage of Barrett 50 cals being unleashed onto on planes that are in flight. There's footage of miniguns being unleashed on cartel members from a Huey. So there's some pretty fucking insane shit going on here, but we'll start off with the story here from the New York Times. El Chapo's son is captured by the Mexican authorities for the second time. The arrest of Ovidio Guzman Lopez was a victory for the Mexican government. He had briefly been detained in 2019, but was released after cartel gunmen overpowered law enforcement. Mexico City, the Mexican authorities announced on Thursday they had captured the son of drug lord El Chapo in an early morning operation in Culiacan, a northwestern city that has long been the home base of the Sinaloa cartel. Security forces arrested Ovidio Guzman Lopez, a son of Joaquin, whatever you want to pronounce it, Guzman Liera, an infamous crime lord known as El Chapo, and transferred him to a special prosecutor's office in Mexico City. The Mexican Secretary of Defense said in a news conference, the capture of El Chapo's son, himself a prominent cartel leader, allows the government to claim victory in its halting efforts to combat violence during one of the deadliest periods in Mexico's recent history. The arrest represents a resounding blow to the leadership of the Pacific Cartel, a Secretary of Defense, Luis Crescendo Sandoval, said at a news conference, using another name for the Sinaloa Cartel. So, Pacific Cartel or the Sinaloa Cartel. Attacks of the criminal group continue, Mr. Crescendo said, noting that the cartel had responded to the arrest with roadblocks and shootouts. The authorities, he said, are still working to restore and maintain public order, whatever the fucking public order is going to look like after this. Now, that's a photo from 2019 showing Ovidio Guzman Lopez being arrested since it hasn't really had any... we haven't really had any footage that I've seen so far of the arrest himself, but we have seen some photos of his most recent arrest. And there's a lot of footage coming out, especially on TikTok and Twitter, of the firefights ensuing and the storming of the airport, the attacks on the airport, roadblocks, you name it. It's just shit has hit the fan in Mexico. The arrest was an opportunity for the administration of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, fucking hell, that's a name, to make amends for a similar but botched operation 3 years ago when the Mexican authorities briefly detained Guzman Lopez, but then forced to set him free after cartel gunmen overpowered law enforcement. It also provided the government a public relations win days before Mr. López Obrador is set to host President Biden and the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada and North American leaders summit in Mexico City. but experts were skeptical that the capture of Ovidio Guzman Lopez, long known as the least accomplished Mr. Guzman's sons, would have any meaningful impact on cartel activities. It is a message to the United States that Mexico continues the war against drugs, said Alejandro Hope, a security analyst in Mexico City. Does it change the structure of the Sinaloa cartel? No. Will it have an impact on drug trafficking? No. Will it reduce violence? No. The cartel reacted swiftly and violently to the rest of videos shared on social media, shows buses and tractors and trailers, tractor trailers, fucking Americans, aflame. Shots were reported to the Culiacan airport, which announced on Twitter it had shut down operations for security reasons. Armed groups lit vehicles on fire and blocked all major roads of the Culiacan, according to the local intelligence officer. Gunmen fought law enforcement in the northern city where loud explosions could be heard and armed groups were stealing cars at gunpoint. The official said schools and government buildings were also closed. You see some of the photos there of the airport aflame. The intelligence official said it was not authorized to speak publicly, added that there were no public service and the streets were mostly empty. Aeromexico, the Mexican carrier, said that at least one bullet had hit the fuselage of a commercial plane that was set to take off from Mexico City on Thursday morning. The airline said everyone on board was safe and that the flight had been cancelled. I fucking hope so. Imagine Qantas coming out and saying, oh, so we've had a few stray bullets from the cartel, but we're going to continue with our flight. Just everyone put your mask on, hold your breath, and we'll get up to altitude shortly. I wonder what the fucking airline Karens would have reacted to that. Oh, for fuck's sakes, they've cancelled our flight because of one bullet in the fuselage. I mean, you can imagine there's a few neck pillow wearing cunts pretty shitty that their flight was cancelled, and they're going to be putting in a few emails to Air Mexico and complaining about that. We'll continue on with the story here. The intelligence officer confirmed that armed groups had fired on a military plane as it was arriving in Culiacan Airport on Thursday morning, but there were no reported injury. Cesar Lara, 29, was walking away from the Culiacan Airport after arriving on a flight from Mexico City Thursday morning when he saw a military plane landing and heard gunshots, he said. Not knowing where the gunfire was coming from, Mr. Lara ran back to the airport where he and other passengers from his flight remained stranded as of Thursday afternoon. The airport was locked down. He said no one was allowed to leave. The only thing I want is to be at home in peace and calm, Mr. Lara said. I'm fucking sure he does. I mean, he's pretty much exited the terminal and arrived in fucking Call of Duty Warzone. And some of the Mexican authorities have got some kill streak rewards happening already. Go up to Twitter here. We'll watch some of the footage here. Now, this bit of footage...
No, él no tiene nada que ver, oiga. Ya le estoy diciendo. Dile a tu gente que pare todo. Dile a tu gente que pare todo. ¿Tienes gente adentro? No, no tengo. Son mis hijas, oiga. Que paren. Diles que paren todo.
So you can see Mexico's basically turned into a Call of Duty lobby, and they've got Abrams fucking tanks rolling down the streets. Imagine that happening in Australia, something like that. Have a look here at some more footage. You see the cars are all shot up. Mexican military standing around. They have a lot of big, expensive fucking American trucks there, eh? And that looks like a pretty wealthy part of Mexico. I don't know where that would be, but this footage here is nuts. See this fucking civilian that nearly gets stuck in the middle of it.
Dale, vamos.
Oh, mate, man, get me out of there. And yeah, it's definitely Call of Duty lobby. These guys are paid to play. I mean, they've got fucking skins already. Probably got a golden gun. Something like that. Going on, and yeah, there's some shit flying. Look at this. This is from exercises in Mazatlan, Sinaloa. Imagine chilling on the beach and you see this shit happening. Like, can you imagine sitting there sunbaking and then fucking SEAL Team 6 comes up onto the beach, or what would it be, Taco Team 6 on the beach, and fucking Jesus Christ, it scared the shit out of you. Wouldn't you wonder whether you got some warrants here to get against you? Oh, we'll keep having a look here. This is the 50 apparent 50 cal footage.
Tróneselo.
It basically looks like downtown Portland. Maybe San Francisco. This looks like they're waiting out the front of a school in Texas to go to school. Mexico is nearly that bad. It's turned into the US. I wonder, are they going to be able to stop this fucking bloodshed? I mean, before it gets... If it ends up looking like Portland, I'd be a bit worried for Mexico's... Yep, it's definitely Portland. I think it's definitely Portland now. This is apparently some footage from outside prison where they busted out a few of their people that were detained or had been detained for a while. Some of this footage is nuts. We're getting to the stage where Mexico is nearly as bad as a US high school. What are they gonna keep him? Are they gonna hand him back over? What are we gonna do? So this footage here, I don't know whether it's fucking real or not, because this camera here kind of looks like it's a movie camera, and this kind of looks like maybe. Yeah, this kind of looks fake. I mean, no one does a commando slide like that. I mean, but unless it's really turned into fucking Call of Duty and people getting kill streak rewards and shit. I mean, you never know. But we'll see where that goes with El Chapo's son. We'll see where it leads him, but we'll finish off this story here. The Guzman family has a long history of escaping capture by the Mexican authorities. El Chapo broke out of prison twice. Federal prosecutors in the US say his sons helped orchestrate the infamous escape from a maximum security detention Center in 2015 through a mile-long tunnel dug in the shower of his cell. Mr. Guzman Lopez, American lawyer Jeffrey Lichman, imagine how much fucking money he's getting, who also represented the father, declined to comment on Thursday's arrest. Officials of the U.S. Justice Department, which filed charges against Mr. Guzman Lopez and one of his brothers in 2019, refused to comment on whether the prosecutors have requested extradition. In October 2019, the security forces stormed Culiacan, detained Mr. Guzman Lopez, and then released him after the cartel gunmen unleashed a new wave of automatic gunfire on the city, burnt cars, and took members of the security forces hostage. At the time, Mr. Lopez Obrador defended he's a prime minister or president, defended the release, saying that the authorities had to balance detaining Mr. Guzman Lopez against the ensuring of the public's safety. The situation turned very bad, and lots of citizens were at risk, lots of people, and it was decided to protect the life of the people. Mr. Lopez Obrador told reporters, "You cannot value the life of a delinquent more than the lives of other people." Yeah, so we'll see where this goes over the next couple of days. Whether someone gets a tactical nuke, we'll never know. Well, I'm sure we'll fucking find out if someone gets a tac nuke. But let me know what you guys think. What should they do? And what do you think's going to happen? And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.